Hey, what's up everybody, this is Sam from ROberta. In this video I'll be doing my full card predictions for Bellator 264. I'll divide these videos as follows. First I'll talk about I'll be doing the breakdowns. Actually I'm gonna first start by the bets, then I'm gonna talking about the breakdowns, and at the end I'll show you guys my Patreon if you'd like to support the channel. I'm doing this video in late notice, so I decided to put it up. I didn't format as I generally do the things, but I'm trying to save a little bit time and I'm putting this video kind of in late notice, at least for you guys to hear my thoughts on the same. Alright, so before starting, I'm gonna be recording this video, which is I'm gonna be showing you guys the bets, but then I have a special video for my Patreon $5 tiers patrons, you know. So I'll be doing this video, the lock of the night and top 2 parlays, which are gonna be exclusive on Patreon. Then I release this post the event. I'll be honest with you guys, I don't have the lock of the night here, but I do have an interesting discussion that I'll be doing with the folks that support me there, you know. And obviously you guys have the other tiers, which I'll show in the end, you know. So stick until the end if you're interested into that. All right. So I'll be my two bets here, and I'm doing in this card are basically I'm betting two dogs here, which is Everett Cummings against Davion Franklin. And I'm betting Sebastian Ruiz against Jeffrey Glosner. So I do think these guys, they win the fights, and I'm throwing 1% of my money on each of them. You know, obviously I'm not too confident because there's not much experience, you know, not much things to analyze, but I like the chances here, and I'll explain you guys why, you know. So I mean, just break down the entire card so you guys can know my thoughts on the entire card, and I'll be doing this one a little bit more simplified, right? So between Jon McNeil versus Orlando Mendoza. This is an interesting one, guys. I was back and forth here. Jon McNeil, I don't know if you guys have seen the weightings. If you didn't, please check, you know, before you bet this one, especially because both of them are making their debut. So McNeil is the bigger, you know, longer guy. He's a dangerous one too, you know, quite aware with that. But you know, that's basically it that you can see from him. He is aggressive, you know, and he takes his chances, and he has been KO'd before. Orlando Mendoza is a guy that's way more well-rounded, you know. This guy is super calm in the cage. It's incredible, you know, at least when he was an amateur. Obviously it's his first fight as a professional, so this could change easily, you know. He could somehow get emotion on the fight and whatnot, but he doesn't seem to me that he's gonna get out of his game, you know. He seems to be a solid guy under good camp, so I'm gonna be taking Mendoza round 2 TKO. I like a live bet here, guys. Stay tuned for that. I don't do live streams because sometimes I'm not able to watch these things live, but I'm very much interested in a live bet here because I think McNeil gonna start fast. He may get the better of the beginning, you know. He's gonna be pushing forward, but I do think Mendoza survives and comes on top, you know, especially if he survives the first round. From the second round, it's Mendoza all days, you know, at least from what I have analyzed. All right, so stay tuned for this one. Watch this live, guys. I think it's free on YouTube, so one more reason why you guys should watch. And I do think Mendoza is a good guy here. Though I don't like to bet him straight, etc., because debut, this guy is a big one, I'm gonna push forward, etc. But let's see. I think Mendoza will get on top from the second round. Gwerder versus Khadzhimurad Bestaev. Gwerder is primarily a striker, you know, pretty good one. Changed a little bit his style throughout the years. Was more like a, you know, like taekwondo type of fighter, light on his toes, and developed a more kickboxing approach. Quite well-rounded for a guy that has, I think, 5 fights or something, you know. So, but his problem is a little bit his BJJ. He's fighting Khadzhimurad Bestaev, which was a very tall guy for the division. BJJ is not a specialist, but he's a ground fighter, you know. Super tall, 6'6", and a long guy. We're gonna see probably Tai being able to keep it on the feet and knock out Bestaev. You know, most likely this is what's gonna happen. But I'm very interested to seeing what Bestaev gonna do, because this guy fought Phil Hawes in the Contender Series, you know, and I thought that he would come with a good game plan. He would come on shape, you know, in shape, and he didn't. He got KO'd pretty easily. Not because he was not in shape, but because he basically was carrying those hands low and the chin up, you know, against Phil Hawes, which is pretty naive to do, you know. So I don't know what this guy, I don't trust him much in terms of a game plan, but he's a big guy, you know. If he trains well, and he trains in AKA, but I saw his Instagram, he's Russian, right? So he's or at least he has Russian descendancy. he's I saw many pictures in Russia, so I'm not sure where he's training. So I'm gonna stay out of this fight because I don't want to do a Gwerder at like minus 350. So it's that dog or pass here. You could take a look on this props on tie by KO. This may be interesting, but I'll do this in my Patreon $5 tiers. I'll be taking a look with the guys to see some props available, right? Davion Franklin versus Everett Cummings. It's pretty easy to break down. Franklin, super powerful, explosive. That's pretty much it, you know. If he doesn't knock you out in the first 2 minutes, he fades pretty hard. I know that he knocked the guy out in the third round, but was pretty funny, you know, because they were both deadly tired, but he found that shot. I don't think he's gonna do it here. He either gonna finish in the first couple of minutes, or either he's gonna get finished by submission. I think Cummings, has a padded record, but either way, he has 15 fights, you know, he's never lost. This guy has a good single leg, you know, a good chain wrestling, at least for a heavyweight, Bellator heavyweight. He also grapples pretty well, can pass the guard, mount, back taking. Not the most athletic, not the best looking heavyweight, but I think he survives, he gets it done here, guys. I'm picking Cummings, and I'm definitely betting him at plus 240. Obviously, I'm not going crazy here, because I found only one video, which was his last fight, luckily. You know, so he does have this ability to bring to the ground. Franklin has this tendency to fade, you know. But either way, Franklin can KO, and I can look stupid, obviously, making these comments, but to me, it's definitely a dog or pass, and I would take a look. Taking a look on Everett Cummings, also inside of the distance and by submission. I think there's massive value there. You know, if you're not betting Cummings like I'm doing, straight at least and if you're parlaying Franklin, I'm telling you, at least put some money on Cummings by submission to protect your bets, because to me, there's a great chance that we're gonna see Cummings coming on top on this one. Magomedov versus Raufeon Stots. Great fight, guys. High level one here. Magomedov, this guy's a beast, guys. I like a lot to bet on dogs, as you guys probably know if you have been following me. I was really hoping that I would find some decent chances Raufeon Stots. Not that it's impossible that he's gonna win, but I do think it's gonna be difficult. Mago's wrestling is just incredible, guys. This guy is like a Habib, but with a better technique and the same pressure. Plus, he's a good striker. Raufeon Stots is the better striker here. You know, he's under Rufus. He strikes pretty well, but the problem here, guys, he cannot take much chances. Sorry about the noise there. He cannot take much chances not to get taken down and dominated. Magomedov dominated Mateus Matos, which is incredibly difficult to do. You know, a BJJ specialist, tough guy, compact. You know, he dominated the guy on the top. You know, so Mago, this guy is for real. You know, but the price is on the line. I don't want to parlay Mago myself, you know, even though if you're doing that, I would say it's okay, but you know, at the minus 500, minus 600 that he's right now, I don't like that. You know, to me it's a dog or pass as well. You know, Raufeon Stots by decision plus 600. I'll take a look in this one. You know, so again, if you're interested into discussion on the props, take a look on my Patreon $5 tier. Jeffrey Gosler versus Sebastian Ruiz, another good one. Gosler, a good wrestler. Not bad striking, but I haven't seen much of him striking because he's quite dominant on the wrestling. And in his Bellator fight, he fought, just forgot the name of the guy, J. Long Bates, something like that. So he got dominated. That guy is super athletic, powerful, and the better wrestler. So Gosler got dominated there, but he's a good wrestler. And he's fighting Ruiz, which is a fearsome striker. This guy's big, tall, long, you know, hits hard. He also trains hard, you know. I don't think he executes too well in the cage, but I do think he's gonna bring improvements here. And to me, this is a 50-50 fight as I'm putting here. So the bet and the value to me is best, definitely on Ruiz. You know, I expect that he finishes Gosler, you know, because he hits hard. I think he's gonna be able to stuff the takedowns and crack Gosler. You know, we'll see. Gosler can dominate from the top. He could win a decision. You know, so a bet on Gosler by decision is not bad. But to me, definitely Ruiz is an underdog here. Pam Sorenson versus ROberta Samad. This is a tough one for me to call. I haven't seen much footage on Samad, and Sorenson also not many bouts were available to me. I think Samad, she gets it done because she's bigger. You know, she seems to be a little bit stronger. I'm not betting her because she's in such a long layoff. It's basically she has had one fight in 5 years, which is very little. You know, but she's a BJJ specialist, big girl, like I said. Pam Sorenson, a well-rounded girl, you know, but not impressive in my eyes, you know. quite good double legs, you know, but I don't think she's gonna try to grapple much with Samad here. Also, she's okay on the feet, but I don't know, man. I don't see her, you know, being dominant or anything, you know. So to me, it's Samad here or a pass. Samad by decision may be interesting because she's an underdog, so maybe you can find this line there. I would be betting, but again, it's a tricky one for me to call and to bet as well. Leisantibal versus... this is from PFL, sorry guys. I think I copied this from another one. And then the main event, Gegard Mousasi versus Jon Salter. This is also another interesting one. Basically, you know, both of these guys have the style to beat each other. Mousasi comes from a kickboxing background but developed his grappling. Salter comes from a grappling background, developed his striking. So I could argue that both have the style to beat each other. I think, not that I think, I'm sure that Mousasi, you know, he has the edge a little bit everywhere, you can argue, you know, because he has a great takedown defense, and from his back he's very good. It's very tough to pass his guard, you know, he has good submission from his back. It's nearly impossible to submit Mousasi. Salter definitely not going to submit him, you know. Actually, not definitely, no, nothing's impossible, but, you know, 5% chance that Salter submits Mousasi or something like this, you know. Salter also, I don't think he has much chance to KO Mousasi, you know, put it like 5 to 10%, something like this, you know. So it's Mousasi as a quite strong favorite. But the problem of Mousasi, his lack of activity in some fights, you know. Salter knows that this guy is well-rounded, you know. He's not easy to hit himself. He can make it close. He can make it a grappling match. From top, he has the edge. You know, I don't know if he can hold top position for that long. And but I think he'll try, you know. So it's interesting to me to see how Salter gonna approach this one. Mousasi, we know what he's gonna do. He's gonna try to keep it on the feet, you know, gonna try to strike, use his superior striking here, sharper straight punches up the middle. But again, guys, I would be careful here. But Mousasi is quite a strong pick himself, you know. And I know there is one fight missing, guys. I decided to record this because I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to finish my analysis today, so I decided to put this up to you guys. I hope you guys appreciate that. And just to tell about the tracking that I do, I know that most of you guys don't care about this, but maybe a few of you do. So I'm gonna be accounting for these two bets here on my accountings that I do, and then I'll be showing these results later on, right? And yeah, so just to comment real quick, as we're in the end of the video, I will be doing discussions on the prop bets and you know, maybe parlay for this card on the $5 tiers, and the rest of the tiers for $10 I have the early releases, which I already put these videos up for those people that have this package. Obviously the $5 package comes included. Then for 15 it's line by line on the bets that I'm doing, all the prop bets that I'm doing, all right. And for $50 is the ultimate package that I'm putting everything that I'm doing, you know, so you guys can just see and know everything that I'm doing for $50, and feel free to do what you want with that. All right, so guys, I hope you guys appreciate this video. If you like, please like, subscribe, share with your friends, and I'll talk to you next time. It's time from ROberta Samad, bringing the best, most consistent and transparent betting strategy for you.